I've been traveling around, always looking down. All I see, faded places for the faces I can't reach. You know that I can use somebody. Mm-mm-mm. You know that I can use somebody. Someone like you and all you know and how you speak. Famous lovers undercover from the streets. You know, yo, it's the reason I'm singing that. I had that song playing in my headphones, right? YouTube when I got off work, and I was singing it. I walked from my job in Buffalo to the gas station on the corner to get me a black and mild. This is what I do every day. After I get the black and mild, I go across the street to the Denny's, right? So I'm walking in the gas station. I do construction on the road. I'm dusty, you know what I mean? And it was these two chicks behind me had on shorts. They both was pretty little. They was probably a little younger than me, but they wasn't too young. But they was both attractive. And like I only had one headphone in. I could hear one of them was like, "That's your tape right there," and then the other one was like, "Girl, ugh." They just both laughed at me, you know, because they looked at me and they probably seen this backpack. I keep that. This the backpack I got. That MacBook Pro in, you know what I'm saying? Got that $3,000 little laptop. I'll take it everywhere. But the backpack being on the road doing construction with me, and she don't get to take a shower every day like me. But they thought I was dusty, and it offended me not because I think that they thought that I wasn't attractive because I'm clearly one of the finest human beings on earth. Clearly, like my ego is up there. I'm confident, so it's not that. So it's strictly going that they thought that I was dusty. But today's payday. You know what I'm saying? I'm every week I make probably what they tax return check like no joke. So you know what I'm saying? I might, but it offended me because I've been doing my job all day, spreading love, spreading positive vibes to everybody. You know, and 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 instead of hey, what's up, bro? Or blah blah blah, or I don't even know nothing. They would said it. They knew I could hear them. Instead of spreading some love back to me, they assumed by how I looked that I was a bum. You know what I'm saying? I worked 12 hours today, and now I'm over here recording for y'all. And between me and y'all, I don't do this for free. You know what I'm saying? I only got 60,000 subscribers right now, but y'all take care of me too. You know, I just need more. My kids go to private school. I got a expensive life, but I don't like how instead of just I don't know looking at the obvious, he might have just got off work. People don't even have jobs these days. But they just looked at me and just assumed something and ran with it and threw out some offenses. And I think I was like that at first with FBI Director Kash Patel. You know what I mean? Because he just he's always looked super surprised. And then he sounds so geeky, like super nerdy. I guess I thought that he might be a nerd. You can tell on the look of director Cash Patel face that he's seen some traumatizing stuff. Like, look at his face. Yo, I mean, look at him. Look at his face. Huh? Look at his face. You see him? He looks scared, or he. That's not a surprise face. That's the look like I seen a ghost. That's that I seen a ghost face. Look at his face. That's that. That's that. I've spoken to the reptilians that secretly control the world government's face. Like them FBI agents that seen some stuff. Yeah, he looked like he done seen some crazy stuff. You know what I mean? The FBI doesn't just investigate and apprehend criminals who abuse federal laws. They combat against national security threats, cyber attacks, public corruption, and a lot more recently, espionage and politics. Um, the FBI has been used to do everything from investigate psychic phenomenon to raiding Trumpedo's Mar-a-Lago spot for the Biden administration. Remember the Biden administration used the FBI to raid Trumpedo's Mar-a-Lago golf course and then try to do the smear campaign? Well, anyway, They're alleging that Trumpito is mad at everybody who wronged him and that he has vowed vengeance to smite them like the Punisher. Revenge. But everybody knows that that's not like Trumpito. He's not a vengeful person, you know? I don't even know why they keep saying that about him. It's offensive. And when Cash Patel goes after people who coincidentally broke the law and wronged Trumpito, I think it's just coincidence. But they're alleging that Kash Patel fired Comey and several other FBI agents illegally and that he's doing it out of retribution because he had to do it to keep his job. My name is Marcus Russell. You're watching the Marcus Russell Show. Make sure you tap that like and subscribe button. Let's get right to the video.
FBI, we want to bring you this important story. 3 longtime, decorated, highly respected former FBI employees have filed a lawsuit against the FBI and Justice Department and their current leaders, including FBI Director Kash Patel. That lawsuit alleges that Patel knowingly broke the law when he fired senior FBI executives at the behest of the Trump White House. The 69-page complaint says that the plaintiffs were the target of, quote, politically motivated retribution and are seeking to, quote, vindicate their constitutional and legal rights. One of the plaintiffs is Brian Driscoll. He is a career FBI employee. Donald Trump appointed him to the role of acting FBI director at the start of his second term, while Kash Patel was awaiting Senate confirmation. Driscoll was fired by Donald Trump on August 7th, reportedly for refusing to fire agents who'd been assigned to the investigations into the January 6th attack on the United States Capitol. The plaintiffs are described in the lawsuit like this, quote, Brian J. Driscoll Jr., Stephen J. Jensen, and Spencer L. Evans served this country with distinction and courage as special agents and senior officials at the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Over the course of their remarkable careers, they prevented terrorist attacks. They rescued American hostages. They saved children from predators, and they disabled violent street gangs. That is who they are. According to the lawsuit, the incoming FBI director, Kash Patel, quote, stated that his own job depended on the removal of the agents who worked on the cases against the president, regardless of whether the agents chose to work on those cases or not.
So these guys are suing Kash Patel and Pam Bondi, and they have some evidence that Kash Patel said, as you see with the quote, hey, I got to fire you guys because Trumpito wants you guys out of here. He doesn't care if you didn't choose to be on this case or not. You shouldn't have worked the case. Why would you work the case? If you knew he was going to be president again, you know he'd be smiting. I mean, he don't be smiting people. I was just playing. But yeah, I'm not saying that people who wrong Trump should be like scared, but like they definitely shouldn't like falsify no documents or nothing like that right now. Straight up, keep it squeaky clean for like 2 more years. I'm not saying that Trump is going to, have the feds on you and bop you if you do anything, but just in case, like why are you Democrats like still like doing mortgage fraud? Like, cut it out. That's crazy. This is not the time, Democrats. Wait 2 years. I'm not saying that Trump, vows vengeance against his opponents and, smites them like the Punisher, because that's not like him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that everybody who's ever effed around has eventually found out. It's coincidental. But I'm just saying, if Democrats just cut it out. Anyway, they suing Pam Bondi, suing Kash Patel. Another FBI director had filed the lawsuit of the 3 people. They have Comey with them, and they got some evidence. But like I've been trying to tell you people, like the chief executive officer can pretty much fire. He can fire everybody if he wants to. He's the chief executive officer. He's the officer over the federal branch. They're literally called the Federal Bureau of, you know what you guys are called, and he can fire all of y'all. You know, so you lucky that he sent his mans to go handle it. That's nice. When you know what I'm saying, like, hey, go fire your people. Because if he would have came down there, You know what I'm saying? He would have smacked all y'all. You know how Trump get down. He would have had to put hands on all y'all. He was being a player by letting Pam, I'm sure Pam brought it to you real nice. Hey guys, because you see they got the report. The report said they took gangs off the streets. They gave y'all a good outing so y'all could go get some other jobs. You know what I'm saying? He left nice words. He was like, they've stopped terrorists. These guys were recommendable men. But y'all got to get out of this office because Trumpito said so. It ain't up to me. But that's probably not what happened because Trump doesn't do that to people. He would never do that. That's what you think that's what happened. Trump would never attack somebody that goes against him. He does not. No, he would not be in the wrong if he did. I remember it was some guy in Salt Lake City, Utah. He was like 67 years old, retired. He used to be a assassin for the army when he was in the military in his day. He still had all his guns, his camo. He hated Joe Biden, and he will always get on Facebook and say, "When Joe Biden comes to town, I'm gonna be hiding in the bushes with my camo and my Mag 16 waiting. I'm gonna smoke his ass." And so he kept saying stuff like that, like right before Biden would pop up to Salt Lake City. So Biden ended up sending the feds to this man's house, and when the feds came, he came to the door with a gun, like, "Hey, don't come around here. I don't care what you here for. You know how the OGs do." So then he posted another post. The feds is watching me. Blah blah blah. I don't care, Biden. When you get here, I'm smoking that ass. Do you know that they sent a battle ram through the front of his window of his house and smoked this? He was almost 70 years old. He couldn't even walk. They said all he did was go to church. Smoked this man like a real dictator would do. And I ain't heard Trumpito do nothing like that to nobody yet. You know what I mean? Worst he might do is catch you slipping for something you did. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have did that mortgage fraud. You shouldn't have lied. You know what I'm saying on this paperwork. You falsifying documents. Don't do none of that stuff right now, Democrats. That's all I'm saying. No, 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 no. I'll just pay for it. It's cool. Yeah. Nope, it's cool. You get me next time. When I did the story about the old man, all my this is like a conservative channel. All my followers was remember I did that story. Yeah, like when I first started, and people that commented, we're all like mostly conservatives. They still was like, but dude should have been talking about killing Biden. Like on Facebook talking about like I'm gonna smoke you. You know what I'm saying? Like what's wrong with you? Exactly, I agree. Praise God, we live in the United States of America with a president like Donald Trump who takes care of people like us, like me, God fearing, normal Americans. And that's my show. Tell me what you think in the comments. My name is Marcus Russell. You've been watching the Marcus Russell Show. Make sure you tap that like and subscribe button. Until next time, peace.